Welcome to my fish room. Okay, so this is freshwater unpacking in August 10th. Okay, so we got a few things. These are pretty. These are cherry shrimp. Okay. So we mainly got these for breeding because we had a really good colony, but we sold off most everything when we moved. So these will be breeding so that when we get some seahorses in, we'll have something to feed them. Although I'm working on trying to get live brine on a regular basis. But if you can't get live brine shrimp, gut-loaded cherry shrimp are good too. Now you'll see why they're called cherry shrimp. The females turn red, but they can also be translucent too. And they're about the easiest of all the shrimps to breed. Basically set them up in a tank with a whole bunch of vegetation and lots of like plastic mesh and stuff for babies to hang out and hide on, and you'll get tons and tons of them. Like in the tank at the store in the window, we had a lot growing there. So, but they're going to go over here, so as we do the video, we'll start scooping them because shrimp take a long time to acclimate. So we'll have our jug of acclimating water. Nice pretty color. So that'll just sit there, and we'll just scoop it every now and again. The rest is fish. Okay, clown loaches. Very pretty. Probably one of the nicest of all freshwater fish. Well, Exodon paradoxus, yeah. If somebody was going to argue with me, I think I don't know. I like them both. You know, clown loaches though go in far more variety of tanks. You can put clown loaches in with the most peaceful fish, and you can put them in with a very aggressive fish. Right on the side of their face they have a spike that they can flick out, and anybody that's going to cause them grief. Now, these are a schooling fish. Please do not keep one in a tank. Like 3 at minimum, 5, 6 is preferred. 50 looks great. 1 or 2 they'll probably hide all the time. You get 6s and more, they'll be out in front and center and very active. So they're clown loaches, Botea macrocanthus. So they're going down here. Start scooping them as well. Okay. These, we're going to switch these over to salt water. Now, this wholesaler has a unique system. They do not use filters. They have little filters in each tank, but their system is a continuous flow water system. So as the water flows in, it flows out and down the drain. There's advantages. One, you don't have to worry about disease transmission from tank to tank, and you don't have to worry about your water getting stinky because it's always being filtered. Now, these are sea bay monos and silver monos. And I always mix them up. Okay, these are the sea bay monos, I think. They're kind of a triangular shape, and they stay roughly that same triangular shape as they get older. These are the other ones. I think they're Argontis, something like that. Okay, they get taller as they get bigger. So you got a nice tall shape. Now these are in freshwater right now. So we're going to keep them in freshwater today, but over the next week or so we're going to switch them over to saltwater the slow way. You know, we'll put them in a tank that's freshwater, and then every day we'll scoop out some freshwater, put in more salt, or just add salt, depending on how lazy we are. And if you've watched our videos, you'll know. We got lazy down to a science. Okay. In here we have some green spotted puffers. Now, green spotted puffers are sold in freshwater. They're actually brackish when they're young and saltwater when they're bigger. So they're going to go in with the monos, and they're going to go through the same change. We're going to put them into saltwater because it's better for them when they get bigger, and they're less likely to get fungus and stuff like that. Now, these are a friendly puffer for a puffer. Okay, you don't want to put them in with your neons, but you can put them in with monos and scats and archer fish and stuff like that. A little nippy, but not as bad as some. It's kind of all relative. If they're all your relatives, some of them are not as bad. Okay. In here, we got Irian red rainbows. Okay. Basically, they are a kind of a dark crimson red rainbow fish. Quite durable, easy to grow. They get fairly large. My boys gotta learn how to start stacking tails so they don't stick together. Because his father knows how, he should know how. You know, like father, like son, but unfortunately my boy's not as perfect as his father thinks he is. His mother might not think his father was perfect at all. Okay, so they're not really colored up yet. They'll start to show color fairly soon. But you see how they have the silver metallic look, and as they color up they get a nice crimson. So quite a pretty fish. They'll go into the clown loaches. They're all kind of the same type of personality. Okay, these are black mollies. There's a bunch of males, a bunch of females in there. They're a brackish water fish as well. And one of my customers wants them so that he can feed a saltwater or a brackish water fish to his lionfish to get away from the feeder goldfish and stuff. We're working on trying to get feeder silver sides, like the saltwater silver side minnows. See, the same guy that's wanting to do the brine shrimp live, he thinks he can start bringing them in too, because I'd love to have saltwater feeders. You know, for your fish that require live food. Nature decreed they eat meat, and whether you kill the meat before or after, it's still dead. But live food will entice the finicky eaters until you can train them to eat, you know, variety, squid, frozen silver sides, frozen shrimp, stuff like that. A lot of natural foods makes for healthy fish. So we're just going to put these in the tank by themselves today. He wants to pick them up tomorrow. Apparently he doesn't like to drive in the rain. My thing is I don't like to get out of the car in the rain. And my boy helped organize the place. As you can see. We can see floor and stuff. It's so cool. Okay, and up here, you know, you can see the floor, because we're working on the other fish room now. It's down the hall, so then we'll have 2 fish rooms. Oh joy, oh happiness, oh bliss. It's a happy day for Carl when he's got more fish tanks. Also, my landlord really likes fish, so he wants me to have more and more.
You gotta love that kind of landlord.
And these are Clarias catfish. Marble Clarias catfish. They will eat anything they can get in their mouth. They will get huge. They're also known as the walking catfish because they can walk from water to water during the rainy times, and quite a problem down in Florida. They're native to Africa, so they got some tough fish there, and this is one of them. But when they're young, they're pretty. They live good with big cichlids, big plecos, big silver dollars, stuff like that. These are so pretty. They're platinum green tiger barbs. And when they're calmed down, they are a green platinum. They are really nice. Now with all tiger barbs, in 1s and 2s they'll give you the blues, in 6s and 7s they're angels out of heaven. Basically the aggression gets spread amongst them instead of them beating up other fish. Now it works for all kinds of tiger barbs. It can be the albino, the regular, the green, the turquoise, the platinums, any kind of tiger barb. They all think they're the same. Okay? So they go in with you know, dwarf cichlids, clown loaches, zebra danios, rainbow fish. They're all going in together. Dude, these are pretty. One thing about Straits, they got good goldfish. They don't carry salt water, that's the only thing. But they carry a lot of brackish water that I put into salt. These are just jumbo calico ryukins. You can see how they got the kind of ski slope for a forehead. That's the easiest way. Fantail, bulbous shape, no head growth. But they are very pretty. They will go in a cold water tank over here. Used to have the koi in it, but I sold all the koi, so. What are these? Oh, albino plecos. Okay, albino plecos, very peaceful fish. Nice and pink. Big. I better put them in a white container, otherwise you'll never be able to see them. And there's the plecos. When they get big, they are so pretty. Now, with all plecos, you got to make sure you have a bit of wood in them. They need the lignum, which is part of wood, and that's part of their diet. So, have it in coconut shells, stuff like that. They're better algae eaters when they're small than they are when they're big. When they're big, they're just a big catfish. You need to supplement their diet with some algae wafers and stuff like that, because they're not going to get enough in your tank. And then some feeder guppies. Oh, these are semi-fancies. Okay, you see, guppies come in regular, semi-fancy, and fancy. Semi-fancy are the culls. Okay? So probably these are all the culls taken out of the breeders' tanks. So I'll actually separate some of these out that, you know, got an unusual color or whatever. I still think they're pretty. Sure, they're feeders, but, well, pretty feeders is still fishies. Okay, so that's this packing. All my fishies are gone. So, I don't have my boy today. My boy actually has hope. Now, we keep shouting at him, Aaron, no hope, no hope, okay? See, when my boy Aaron has hope, he drives his father nuts. Now, he wants a car. He wants a car so bad. So we've been looking at cars for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We finally found one that we don't mind the price, we don't mind the car. It's just we're waiting for the mechanic to come back from vacation. Then he'll check it out, because like, the car salesman says it's in really good shape. Yeah. So anyhow, we're going to get the mechanic to check it out. And as long as everything checks out, my boy will be driving a brand different, because it ain't new, Pontiac Sunfire? Something like that. It's a car. He's real happy. Anyhow, we keep shouting at him, no hope, but he has hope. Anyhow, that's it for this unpacking. I'm going to be here for a wee while putting them away. And these are going to be so pretty. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh yeah, yesterday, went into the beer store. The clerk, he knew me by name. I was a little concerned. I thought maybe I'd been showing up at the beer store too often that they started to recognize me. But anyhow, shout out to my subscriber. I forget what he said his name was, but